It's just those privatization, like what they did here in Chicago with the parking spaces. They sold all city parking, all parking meters to a company in Dubai. And again, it's the profit motive. So that company in Dubai is expecting to constantly have growth in its profits over time. Now, where are they getting those profits? From every person who parks in Chicago. They privatize. So every time you feed the meter, it's not going to Chicago like it used to. It's tax based. It's going to a company in Dubai. It's leaving the country, money leaving the country for the enrichment of some very wealthy people.
That would
So
that would
those are some
explain
very damaging economic ideas. I'm sorry, Andre, what'd you say?
that would explain why you guys' roads are never fixed.
Yeah, that too. You're right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that money doesn't go into Chicago to help manage Chicago. It just leaves Chicago.
So before we wrap up, Scott, and we're gonna have you come back for part two because your story goes a lot deeper. We're gonna talk about the impact of a war, mainly Vietnam, and its effect on what we see today, and a little bit more about history of the economy in general, but a lot of other topics. How are you being received right now on social media with your way of thinking?
I've been very happy. I've been doing it almost 3 years now. I started my TikTok channel, my Substack, about 3 years ago, and I've had steady growth. I'm up to about 85,000 followers on TikTok, which is, that feels really good. That feels like a lot of vindication. And when I make my posts, I would say that generally it's more positive than negative. I think people can sense that something's not right
Mhm.
in our society, and they don't understand, what's the disconnect? Why are things so hard? Why do groceries keep getting more expensive? And why hasn't my paycheck, why don't they ever give me more than a 3% raise at work? Why am I stuck in the same place?
Mhm.
And it's because of the class system. It's because of capitalism, because so much of all our hard work is fed up to very few people who benefit from the way that our society is set up. And when somebody like me comes along and says that it doesn't have to be that way, and further, if you look back in history, it hasn't always been that way.
Mhm.
I think that's a message that people are ready to hear, because so many people, right and left, feel frustration with the way our economy is set up, the way our society is set up. Horrible institutions like patriarchy and white privilege and class privilege are the reason why we're in this place.
Mm.
And so the power that we have hope. We have hope. There is hope for the future. And, look at monarchies have fallen, dictators have fallen, slave systems have fallen. It's possible, even when you're in it, to think, you think, oh, this could never change, but it can change. Things can change. Things can get better. And so people, when they read my Substacks or watch my social media posts, are happy to get that message, because we're not powerless. And in fact, there's so much more of us than there are of the people who run and benefit from our society, that it is possible to change it.